Oh my god, I'm just so terrible talking into camera, so please forgive me about that. But so I thought, because a lot of people ask me how to draw with paint, and yeah, I thought I might do a video dedicated to the topic, and I will be showing you the things that I have learned over the years while drawing with paint. And if you have any better tips or tricks, then feel free to share them in the comments. I would love to hear them. But let's just start. So first I would start with just putting any references that you need on the side, and please make enough space for them, because you cannot overlay them with the actual drawing like you could with other programs, because paint doesn't have layers. So make enough room for them. So you now want to draw the sketch, and it doesn't really matter which color you get, except for the color you want the outlines to be, pretty obvious. And please, for the sketch, use the pencil, not any brushes, because you won't get rid of the sketch otherwise. Now we are finished with the sketch, and we can go on to the outlines. There are basically two ways to do the outlines. One, you can just do it with the pencil like you did with the sketch. It would look a bit boring. I've done it in the past until a new one trick. It's the normal way you can do it. It doesn't leave any white spots, but you can also do it with a brush. I would recommend using the oil brush, or however it's called in English. I will probably display a picture of it here on the screen. It does leave white spots, and it's a lot more tedious than the other one, but I would actually use it for this picture, and you will see why later. Also keep in mind that if you choose this brush, that the smaller end will always be where you started, and you may want to use that. Just a little side note, if you want to erase anything, then please use either the eraser or the pencil, and not just the white brush, because it will leave some nasty spots afterwards. Now we are finished with the outlines, and we may get rid of the sketch. Just select the drawing, cut it out, make sure that under selection, transparent selection is on. Then select the sketch color in the second spot. You do that with a right click, and then just paste it in, and the sketch should be gone. If you have used the pencil, then the next steps won't affect you. But if you have, then you may, if you have used the brush, then you may notice that you can't just color it in, because there are a lot of white spots, and there is a solution for this. Best you scroll out as wide as you can, because I've seen some bugs happen that my drawing was just really messed up, so do that. What you want to do now is set the whole thing to black and white, and then back to color. You can find both of those things at properties. And now you will have clean lines. A lot of parts may now need to be cleaned up, like some spots that shouldn't be there, or spots that should be there in the lines, or just to make some edges a bit smaller. That's something you probably wouldn't have to do if you use the pencil, except the part for making the edges a bit sharper. So that's probably also a plus for the pencil, but the brush still looks a lot more professional and nicer. Coloring shouldn't be any different from any other program, but you have to keep in mind that there are no layers, so I would really use the bucket tool. and not the pencil. Also because the pencil is really small from the size, you can't really make it bigger. So it's pretty difficult to color in everything. If you want to use a brush, which are a lot bigger, shading would be really difficult. You will probably have to do the shading alongside the coloring. So I would just suggest using the bucket tool for the beginning, and maybe you can use gradients with the brushes later or something. For this drawing I've actually decided to do different colored outlines. It's pretty easy if you want to do it as well. Just do it like the sketch, but instead of cutting the drawing, just copy it. Then select the color of the outline you have right now, like I have black, in the second slot, in the second color slot. And then just proceed by coloring in the outlines as you want, and don't fear of getting out of the lines, because that really doesn't matter here. If you're finished coloring, then you can now copy in the drawing of the beginning, and the outlines should stay where they belong. And then you can just fix every part that didn't work out perfectly. I haven't really done a background in this drawing because it's supposed to be a page doll for my DeviantArt, but if you want to do a background, then it's pretty easy. Just make sure that transparent selection is on, like always. Make the background one color, like red, but one that doesn't appear in your drawing. It can also be a different shade than a color that's in the drawing, just not the exact color that is in the drawing. Then paste it, the picture, on another task. Then paste in the background, copy the picture you have saved on another task, and then just paste it in. And then the background should be there if you did everything right. Shading is also pretty easy, just do it as always. Copy the picture, then select the color you want to shade on in the second slot. You cannot choose multiple colors, that's also a downside of paint, but you will get used to it if you, Then just shade the part or put lighting on it, I don't care. And then just paste it in again, the picture, and the shading should be where it belongs and not outside of the lines. And the biggest trick of them all, just don't use paint. Yes, I am a massive hypocrite.